Okay, so the Mystic Starzone is this new event. And honestly, when I set it up, it's going to sound like the craziest event so far. So what we have coming is a guild vs guild PvP event on a small abyssal expedition map, where 4 militias of 70 players face off against each other for three tiers of nodes. But let's see how this plays out in reality. When you first load it up, there's a very brief overview that the game gives you. And then you go right into it. There is no spawn point, there is no pathing, so you can attack anywhere at any point as long as you have available attacks. 3 types of nodes can be seen on the map. The premium one is this larger spaceship looking one, the intermediate one is the normal square, and the smallest one is the tiny square that you can barely see. There is a massive difference in points earned per minute between the 3 different nodes. The premium nodes require a best of 7 PvP battle to occupy them, and they will give you 54 points per minute. The intermediate ones require a best of 5 battle and will give you 18 points per minute. And the smallest ones will give you 6 points per minute for a best of 3 PvP battle. Each node lasts for 2 hours and then disappears upon consumption. They also seem to spawn in randomly, with the bottom 2 tiers being more frequent and the premium nodes showing up the least. When starting a battle, you will have a blank formation and you can set them up to combat your opponents. You only have to win the majority of the battles to occupy the node and kick them off. And you can focus on their weakest teams with your strongest teams, and the teams that you attack will automatically be set up as the defenders in the same order after occupying. You will then get 15-minute shield where no enemy militia players can attack you, and you can attack while you're occupying a node, but it looks like you are forced to take over the node you attack if you win. If you abandon a node for any reason, it will have a 5-minute cooldown where no one can attack it. And you can only generate points for 3 hours per day. After you've filled up this bar for 3 hours, you are free to attack, and you will just basically be a bully as long as you have attacks remaining. Knocking people off of their nodes, however, is a good tactic because there are militia rewards for defeating players of different militias. There are 2 kinds of missions in this mode. There are personal missions and the militia missions. The militia ones will give your militia bonus points, and quite a substantial amount, honestly. And the personal missions are your primary source of rewards once the event ends, as long as you're active, and you can easily finish off the personal missions in a day unless you focus on only the smallest nodes. The militia missions feature defeating players on the other militias or occupying nodes in the 3 different areas. The different areas are the desert area, the tundra area, and the plains area for X amount of hours cumulatively. The rewards are seemingly pretty good pending the drop rate of certain things within the chest, and there's a small bonus for being the winning militia. They'll even have a chance of dropping an Awakened Hero choice chest, although I imagine that chance is very small. I will upload a short opening my rewards from this first round in the test server, just so we can get a kind of idea of the drop percentages of things. And it's kind of hard to get a good idea of how well this will play out in the global server. In the test server, there's not enough activity to represent it efficiently. I'd say, for example, my current militia in the test server has 2 militias that are entirely bot characters. They only take the smallest nodes, and they have 3 very solid teams. They all have 429 million strength on their accounts. The actual 2 militias with real players have about 15 active players running. So I do imagine that a full active instance of 280 players with similar strengths, it'll just be whoever can press that attack button faster, and they will get the 15 minutes cooldown to occupy and then a free-for-all once that time's up. I'm almost inclined to say just leave players taking the smallest nodes because it's a waste of their occupy time with how little the point generation is on those. However, you want to make sure that everyone does hit the 3-hour mark, so activity is key. Overall, I'm interested. I'm curious to see how it plays out in active instances, and it will really depend on how good the matchmaking is. Otherwise, I can see this just being one militia blowing it out every run, Enjoy and good luck, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching.